Welcome, everyone. We've got the SSR Silver Age Batman. As the box shows, this is a custom, uh, mass-produced custom. You can think of it more like a third party. These guys are pretty infamous. They make a lot of 1/6 scale figures. This particular one is not well documented. I've seen a lot of solicitation stuff for it, but not like actual, like real life, like what does this thing look like? And I came across this on eBay a few weeks back, and I decided to go ahead and get it so we could take a look and check it out, see what it's like. So front of the box here, they've got a panel from The Dark Knight Returns, which is kind of cool. On the side, we've got Night Toys, which I believe is I guess that's like the group that created this. On the top, we've got SSR backwards. And there is a warning on here. And there's some social media stuff. So it's kind of cool. You know, they kind of did this up like a retail product in a way. It does have a nice shoebox kind of look to it, and just realized I didn't show the back off, but there's nothing on the back. It's just a matte gray. All right, so there is a cushion, and then you take that out and you get this. So this is done up really nice. There's a little certificate. This is laminated. This particular item is 15 out of 88. So that's how many they made. The author's got his name kind of printed on here. So very nice. And we've got a stand that you can kind of tell is inkjet printed. The label or whatever this is on top. And then we've got a stand for it. This is very much like a Hot Toys or Sideshow. And then we've got Batman. So he's got closed fists in the box. He's got some open hands. And he's got kind of like some weapon holding hands. So let's go ahead and take him all the way out. And we've got our Silver Age Batman. Now, one thing I have discovered right away is he has a piece of his his ears, whatever these are, bat ears, has broken off. So that is a little disappointing. I did find the piece of it, so I could probably glue it on. But the paint is kind of scruffed up on it too, so yeah. And then the head is pretty much hollow. It just kind of sits on the neck. Keeping in mind, this is a custom. A lot of times you get figures like this, and they are like this. And I'm wondering, this might be resin. It does appear to be cast, but I don't think this is plastic. This might be resin. It's kind of hard to tell. Beside his ear being broken, other details, he seems pretty nice as a figure. This looks really good. He's got one of those TB Lee bodies underneath. So the quality of like the sculpt underneath and the posability is going to be pretty good, but also maybe a little scary. Because if you know anything about TV League stuff, you know you got to be careful about how you pose it. You don't want to overextend the joints and things like that. But the feet, as you see, are all on ball joints. The hands are on a ball joint. The boot and the gauntlets are a separate plastic. The belt is a separate plastic. The symbol, I'm guessing, is glued on. And minus the ear being messed up, this is an extremely, and I mean extremely nice sculpt. Really disappointed about that breakage, but man, this is a super nice sculpt. The eyes have a nice kind of pearl look to them. I can get this camera to stay in focus. Here we go. So they're nice and shiny. He's got this kind of little bit of a shadow, stubble going on with his face. He got the little dark patch in the front. Makes him a very, very nice 70s Batman, 60s Batman. This cape material is really nice, well cut and trimmed. There's no, loose threads coming out, and it is so large that, obviously he can do the behind the shoulder, but you can throw this in the front and can close him all the way up. And that is really nice. This is definitely the kind of figure I've been wanting, somebody like Sideshow or Hot Toys to do. I don't know why they won't do one like this. They always have to be some kind of modern looking figure, some kind of modern interpretation. I tend to stay away from like classic interpretation type stuff. I will say this foot keeps falling off. But again, this is, third party. This is kind of, won't say thrown together, but it's not like engineered to be like this mass produced thing. There is some weird color variation stuff going on that may or may not be showing up on the camera, but the trunks and the cape are definitely the same material. The bodysuit, the gray, is all one particular material. The head has a certain look to it. As far as the blue, it doesn't match this blue, but it's close. It's like close in the range of that color. This blue and this blue on the hands are very similar. You get to these other hands and they're yet a different shade. Even though that there is a weapon holding hand, there is no batarang, there's no grapple gun or anything like that. The gauntlets and the secondary part of the boot are the same material, and they have the same color. That does not match this blue or this blue. From a general sense, the color is close, but in true reality, all this is a little like none of the colors match up like perfectly. But if you think about a lot of like modern action figures, that's a thing too. When you have something that's cast in a color, and then a different part of the figure that the color is painted. So you got paint versus molded plastic. That tends to be kind of a weird thing too sometimes. All right, so I wanted to also show this guy off with some other figures. So here is a Sideshow figure that came out quite some time ago. This guy is a lot bulkier, beefier. The head is a lot larger. Just kind of different proportions altogether. And here's a Hono Studios Wolverine. That's where he would be height-wise. And I think they actually blend pretty prospectively. Like these could go together on a shelf and like blend in very well. So outside of this thing having some breakage out of the package, it is super nice. This is my first time messing with a 6-inch custom figure. I've gotten a hold of a lot of like third-party Transformer stuff. So in a way, this is like a, third-party 1/6 scale type figure. I think like the execution for the most part is pretty nice. We don't have a figure like this at all from another company. It'd be nice if we did. The TB League body, I think I might have preferred like a standard like action figure plastic style body, nicely articulated, but the TB League body does give it like this look, this seamless look. Like there's no cut lines, there's no joint lines. You can see like it looks really, really nice. If they could have done something better with the head, I think that would have helped a little bit, but you could get some, modeling clay, some sticky tack, and kind of form it around there and like get it in there to kind of fill that space a little bit better and take care of that part too. And with this being third party and a custom, these are going to be pretty difficult to find, and you're pretty much going to end up looking at eBay, and it's going to be pretty sparse and pricey. So probably somewhere between like $300-400 for something like this. So just kind of be aware of that. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. Thank you.